Madagascar, island of wonder, home to some of Earth's most unique wildlife. Lemurs, chameleons, fossas, a biodiversity hotspot where evolution took a sharp left turn and created something magical. It's beautiful, it's peaceful, it's basically a nature documentary paradise. But yet, at one time, it was unrecognizable compared to now. 70 million years ago, Madagascar wasn't peaceful, it was brutal. A bone-dry nightmare where survival meant being either fast, armored, or absolutely terrifying. And living in this harsh landscape was a predator so bizarre, so nightmarish, that when scientists first discovered it, they genuinely couldn't figure out what the hell they were looking at. This is Masiacosaurus knopfleri. Try spelling that. And if you think velociraptors are scary, boy oh boy do I have news for you. Because this dinosaur was built like evolution's fever dream, and it might be the creepiest predator from the age of dinosaurs. Welcome to the story of the scariest dinosaur you've never heard of. Let's dive in. Our story begins in 1998, the Mahajanga Basin in northwestern Madagascar. A team of paleontologists from Stony Brook University are sweeping through dusty outcrops looking for dinosaur bones. Standard expedition stuff. And then they find something strange, a jaw, small, maybe 2 feet long. But the teeth are all wrong. Most carnivorous dinosaur teeth follow a pattern. They're uniform, blade-like, designed for slicing meat. Think steak knives. But these teeth, these are a mess. The front teeth project forward at a weird angle. Almost horizontal, like buck teeth on a carnivore. The back teeth are more normal, recurved, blade-shaped. But those front teeth completely bizarre. Lead paleontologist Scott Sampson later said, finding this thing was like discovering a shark with bunny teeth. It just didn't make sense. But as they kept digging, more bones appeared. Vertebrae, limb bones, claws, and slowly a picture emerged. This wasn't just a weird jaw. This was an entire weird dinosaur. They named it Masiacosaurus knopfleri. Masiacosaurus means vicious lizard in Malagasy. And knopfleri, that's after Mark Knopfler, the guitarist from Dire Straits. Because apparently the team listened to a lot of Dire Straits while excavating, which honestly makes this dinosaur even cooler. So, how big was this thing? Not huge. About 6.5 feet long, maybe 2 feet tall at the hip, roughly the size of a large dog. Weight estimates hover around 50 to 70 pounds, so not exactly Tyrannosaurus rex. But size isn't everything. Because what Masiacosaurus lacked in mass, it absolutely made up for in pure nightmare fuel. Let's break down why this dinosaur is so unsettling. Starting with the obvious, those teeth. The front teeth in both upper and lower jaws point forward and slightly downward, almost perpendicular to the jawline. Scientists call them procumbent, which is a fancy way of saying sticking out like a weirdo. Now, most predatory dinosaurs have what's called a zyphodont dentition, teeth with serrated edges designed for slicing, clean cuts, efficient killing. But Masiacosaurus? Its front teeth are smooth, no serrations, just weird forward-pointing spikes. And here's where it gets weirder. The teeth aren't evenly spaced. The front ones are packed close together, like a picket fence. But toward the back of the jaw, they spread out, become more typical theropod teeth. So what was this thing doing with these teeth? Scientists have debated for years, and the most widely accepted hypothesis is genuinely disturbing. Masiacosaurus was a fish and small prey specialist. Those front teeth, fish hooks, designed to snag slippery prey, pierce scales, hook into flesh, and then the back teeth would finish the job, slicing and tearing. On-screen hunting reconstruction, Masiacosaurus catching fish in shallow water. Imagine a heron, but reptilian, with teeth and claws, wading through late Cretaceous rivers, stabbing those front teeth into fish, lizards, small mammals, anything that moved. But the teeth aren't the only nightmare fuel. Let's talk about the hands. Masiakasaurus had elongated fingers, tipped with curved, sharp claws. Not huge claws like Therizinosaurus, but nasty, grasping, built for grabbing struggling prey. And the arms? Longer than typical for Abelisaurids, the family it belongs to, which gave it better reach, better grabbing range. The legs were built for speed too. Long tibiae relative to femur length. That's a sprinter's build. This thing could move. Fast. Probably hit speeds around 20 to 25 miles per hour. That's faster than Usain Bolt's top speed. And Usain Bolt doesn't have fishhook teeth and murder claws. But perhaps the creepiest part? The size. Because at 70 pounds, Masiakasaurus wasn't hunting massive prey. It was hunting small stuff. Stuff roughly your size if you're a kid. Or the size of your dog or cat. It was a specialist, a niche predator. The kind that would chase you into shallow water and stab those forward teeth right through your leg. Sleep tight. So where did Masiakasaurus live? Late Cretaceous Madagascar, specifically the Maevarano Formation, 70 to 66 million years ago. And Madagascar back then, nothing like today, it was much drier, seasonal rivers, long droughts, harsh conditions. Think less jungle paradise and more African savanna, but worse. The Maevarano Formation has been absurdly productive for paleontologists. It's given us some of the strangest creatures from the Cretaceous. And Masiakasaurus, just one member of a truly bizarre cast. Let's talk about the predator hierarchy, because Masiakasaurus wasn't alone. Not even close. At the top of the food chain, Majungasaurus. An abelisaurid like Masiakasaurus, but way bigger. About 20 feet long, 2,000 pounds. Built like a tank. Tiny arms, massive head. And a confirmed cannibal. Fossil evidence shows Majungasaurus eating other Majungasaurus. Bite marks on bones. Tooth gouges. This thing was brutal. And it probably ate Masiakasaurus too. Because when you're 2,000 pounds and your cousin is 70 pounds, that's not family, that's lunch. But Masiakasaurus had advantages: speed, agility, niche partitioning. While Majungasaurus hunted large prey like the Titanosaur Rapatosaurus, Masiakasaurus focused on small stuff. Fish, lizards, mammals. Baby dinosaurs, maybe. This is called niche partitioning. Different predators specializing in different prey sizes. It's how multiple carnivores coexist without constant competition. But the ecosystem had more nightmares. Let's talk about the herbivores. Because even the plant eaters were weird. Rapatosaurus, a titanosaur sauropod, about 50 feet long, maybe 15 tons. Not huge for a sauropod, but still massive. And here's the fascinating part. We have juvenile Rapatosaurus fossils. Lots of them. Which suggests high infant mortality, probably because predators like Majungasaurus and Masiakasaurus actively hunted the babies. Then there's Rahonavus, a small, probably flying dinosaur. Looks like a miniature velociraptor with wings. Definitely would have been on Masiakasaurus's menu. The entire ecosystem was this brutal survival game. Dry seasons meant concentrated resources. Rivers became hunting grounds. Waterholes became killing zones. And Masiakasaurus? Perfectly adapted for this nightmare. Those fishhook teeth? Essential during droughts when fish were trapped in shrinking pools. Scientists have even found Masiakasaurus teeth marks on fish bones from the formation. Direct evidence of its diet. This thing was genuinely spearing fish 70 million years ago. But it gets weirder. Some researchers suggest Masiakasaurus might have been semi-aquatic, spending significant time in water, using those forward teeth to catch prey underwater. Imagine a reptilian nightmare lurking in murky Cretaceous rivers, waiting. Those buck teeth ready to stab anything that swims too close. And if you're thinking, well, at least it's small, how bad could it be? Let me remind you. Komodo dragons are also relatively small, and they've killed humans multiple times. Masyakosaurus was faster than a Komodo dragon, had worse teeth, and lived in a time when everything wanted to kill everything else. Yeah, I wouldn't want to meet one. Now, here's where things get spicy, because scientists love to argue, and Masyakosaurus has been at the center of some heated debates. First debate: what family does it belong to? Initially classified as an abelosaurid, that's the same family as Carnotaurus and Majungasaurus, characterized by short arms, thick skulls, and generally being stocky predators. But Masyakosaurus doesn't quite fit the mold. Its arms are longer, its build is more gracile, more slender. Some researchers argue it should be in its own subfamily. Noasaurini, a group of smaller, weirder abelisaurids that went their own evolutionary direction. The debate continues. New fossils might settle it, or make it more confusing. That's paleontology for you. Second debate. Those teeth, what were they really for? The fish-catching hypothesis is popular, but not everyone agrees. Some scientists suggest the teeth were for eating eggs, puncturing shells, getting at the yolk inside. Others propose carrion feeding, using those forward teeth to pull meat off carcasses, like reptilian kebab skewers. And a few outlier researchers suggest grub eating, digging into rotting wood, spearing beetle larvae and termites. Personally, I think the fish hypothesis makes the most sense. The tooth wear patterns support it, the ecosystem supports it. And frankly, a fish stabbing dinosaur is cooler than a grub eater. But science doesn't care about what's cool. Science cares about evidence, and we need more fossils. Third debate: social behavior. Was Masyakosaurus a pack hunter? We've found multiple individuals in close proximity. Could suggest group living, or it could just mean they all died in the same drought event. Pack hunting would make sense. 70-pound predators working together could take down much larger prey, could defend kills from bigger predators like Majungasaurus. But we don't have hard evidence. No trackways showing coordinated movement. No definitive proof. For now, it's a mystery,